Greetings, my fellow servants of the God Emperor. It is the Ash Heritor. Welcome back to Rogue Trader. My apologies for the very long delay. I went on vacation, and I had a nice episode recorded. Well, I thought I did. Before going on vacation, which I had hoped to put out during the vacation. However, my recording crashed right at the end of the episode, corrupting the whole damn thing. Thankfully, I save incrementally, so going back and re-recording it isn't really a huge deal, except for the fact that I have very little time to do any of that. Hence the delay. Here we are. So I'll be up front right now. This will not be a blind episode. I know what's coming. And it's gonna be pretty cool. But I won't spoil that for you guys just yet. I don't remember all of it. It was over a month ago since I did that, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna head on here.
None are better at searching.
Let us not dawdle.
Disarm some traps here. Would like to remind everybody
Not a problem for a proctor.
of what happened in the previous episode. We are here on Leethus, the planet where the tithe is the secret planet where the tithe, the imperial tithe of the entire Cornus expanse is gathered and aggregated until it can be picked up. And currently it can't be picked up because the maw is closed, so we're cut off from the rest of the Imperium. So it's just accumulating here, and some of the living tithe, aka Imperial Guard, Astra Militarum regiments, here have been here for a little bit too long and have gone a bit crazy.
Rise to the top, or
gonna
get
crawl
left
through
in
here.
the dust.
With Glyto, he's going to pull a little box out. Not that I'll fault the dog for taking so long to carry a big metal crate, but that animation could be a bit faster. So we have ourselves an old key. Alright, no further information on it. I'm sure that'll be useful somewhere. We can also check these goods here, but I don't think we can do that right now. We have to get back around there somehow. Aha! Or we can
I
do
always
that.
keep my options open.
I think he had the old key. Alright, Lost Vox. The Vox plays the log of the most recent messages. 353rd Company, come in. This is Private Wilger. I've lost my unit. I've been wandering in this infernal cargo maze for 5 full days now, requesting assistance. I've run out of rations. I'm hungry as a dog. I feel like eating the sling on my lasgun. I can see smoke, probably from some kind of camp, but I don't see a path to get there. I'll try to circle around. Wilger out. This is Private Wilger. Come in. I've lost sight of the smoke. Can't tell where I am now. I did find a container packed with delicacies, though. Something called roe, which seems to be eggs from an actual genuine fish, all in synth capsules, vacuum sealed. Maybe there is enough for a whole company here. Maybe that'll get you to respond. Wilger out. It's Wilger. Come in. It's been a week. Respond. Anybody. I hate it. I hate roe. Yeah. Seems like they haven't been having a great time. So we have some new Mastiff parts. They are green, however, I do recall looking at them and seeing that they were actually pretty good. So we're Mastiff parts. No, they're like an augment here. So this one has less base stat line. This one's the living snare. Yeah, the attacks of opportunities always inflict apprehended, but I think the stat penalties here are not good enough. This one is also less good, though it does have a good side ability. But the one we just got was this one here, which does have a better weapon skill, but no strength. Aside from that, the max wounds and damage increase are the same, but this one works with standby mode predominantly, which I don't use him in. I actually like to actively use him, so we're going to leave that there. A corpse with the insignia of Imperial Guard Sergeant, his battered knuckles and horrible injuries testify that this man went down fighting. Alright, that's probably
Is there
Wilger.
money to be made?
Can we get over here? I don't think we can get over here yet, though I'm pretty sure we will get over there soon enough. We do have injuries, and I think, Robert, you mentioned that I do in fact have a med kit that can treat injuries, and that I had a certain number of them. I think it was 38. Here, let me check. Effectively removes traumas. This looks like the one. So let's equip one of these here. and see if I can actually get rid of these traumas, because we're not going back to the ship and We'll just have to deal with
Your
them.
time has not
See if
yet
this
come.
works.
Just in time.
It does, and it gets rid of both of them even. That's really good.
I will mend the thread between body and soul.
Alright,
You have my thanks.
so, yeah, thanks,
I
Robert.
cannot be leashed.
Alright, we're going up. Okay. And our BT's Fortress. We've heard all about this one. Arbitrator, stand ready. Protocol RT-091. We have important visitors. Proctor Adriana Yeager. Proctor Adriana Yeager, Outpost TM-255. Greetings, Rogue Trader. A woman addresses you who is hardly ancient, but whose life appears to have been arduous enough to turn her hair gray before its time. Greetings, Yeager. The lack of provisions and order here has driven the recruits to anarchy. You are supposed to keep the guardsmen in good shape. I'm waiting for an explanation. They have spawned extra mouths and rebelled against their commanders. There were too few of us to prevent this, but we will not issue a single extra ration merely over an unplanned human surplus. I won't even ask if you have tried to petition the Administratum for additional provisions. I know it's not your instructions, and I can see that you do not care about this human surplus, as you put it. I was attacked by these guardsmen. Throne's blood, more losses among the living tithe. The arbitrator rubs her temple wearily. Why have you not dealt with the insurgents? They nearly stole a tank. The tithe is taking damage. I am aware of that. However, we cannot afford an operation to capture and eliminate the insurgents. That would cause losses among the arbitrators, which would be catastrophic in our current situation. We barely have enough people to stand watch and man the planetary defense weaponry. So where do you suppose that leaves container loading systems? We are forced to keep order only where we can. For the time being, cargo loss is still within the Administratum regulated norm of deterioration. Well, it's clear this world has problems. It's about time somebody fixed them. Then let us not waste time and move on to the purpose of your inspection. The authenticity of the Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites authorizations has been verified upon your vessel's identification. I am aware that this is not a social visit. Speak plainly, why has the head of the dynasty come here in person? The Marshal has ordered the tithe to be transported to Dargonus. Start loading the barges. Yeager lifts her gaze to the foul skies of Leethus. So that's how it is, after so many years. Understood, Rogue Trader. We will begin loading immediately. Alright. Crates are going up. I don't even want to know what the logistics of this are going to be like. Having worked in logistics for a few years, this gives me nightmares. I mean, at least the logistics I worked in had better health and safety regulations than here. "7 days passed. Lord Captain, your shuttle pilot reports that due to the loading activity, it is no longer possible to keep the shuttle on Leethus' surface. There is a risk of collision with the cargo handling mechanisms. The shuttle will remain in orbit until it can safely land at the Arbites outpost and take you aboard. I apologize for the inconvenience, Rogue Trader. If it is any consolation, we are nearly done. One thing we still require in order to complete the loading procedure is the tithe inventory. The clerk Tertius Quart has it. As much as it offends me, I must ask you to return him to the outpost. That said, retrieving the inventory without the clerk will also suffice." I mean, we know why she can't go get him. I will see to the clerk. Where do I find him? The section that Quart is currently taking inventory of is not far from here. We have blocked the passage so that the living tithe does not bother the scribes. I will clear the way for you now. She gives the data slate a few quick swipes of her finger. Is there anything else I need to know about the clerk? Hardly. But I can give a brief resume. Like other scribes, Quart was personally selected by the prefect to maintain the inventory. He is meticulous, efficient, and incredibly committed. I saw him on several occasions, and he was always immersed in his work. Yeager frowned slightly, perhaps even obsessively so. I want to ask you about something else. I'm listening, Rogue Trader. How do you keep the tithe safe with such a small force at your disposal? The first line of defense is secrecy. No one knows the coordinates of this world except the Marshal and now you. The second is the automated defenses and the communication systems between the warehouses. Each arbitrator is responsible for their own sector and keeps it secure. There is also the last line of defense. It was provided to us by Theodora von Valancius at the request of the Adeptus Arbites. The bowels of Leethus are packed with cyclonic bombs manufactured to special order on Kiava Gamma. In the event of the imminent loss of the world to enemy attack, we will trigger the Oblivion Directive and completely annihilate the planet. The tithe is paramount. It cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands, and we are willing to go down with it to prevent that from happening. Wonder if that's going to come up later. Something resembling anger sparks in her lifeless eyes. Tithe collection is a sacred pillar and a sign that the dominion of the Imperium is strong. Without it, worlds would think they were free of all obligations and use the resources for their own needs. Would they feel compelled to pay the tithe again after the mall reopened? Of course not. There would be unrest, riots, disorder. That is why it is important to collect the tithe at all times, regardless of the circumstance. Have you had much hands-on experience with entire sectors and dying planets being cut off from the Imperium? There must be other ways to display power. Ones that do not incur the deaths of millions, for example. Jaeger, how long have you been here? For many years, Rogue Trader. When I first set foot on Leethus, my hair was like a raven's wing, and there was a stupid certainty in my head that I would be here for a dozen cycles at most. Thankfully, Leethus has beaten the rotten habit of hoping and making plans out of me, and taught me patience and humility instead. How do you keep the tithe safe with such a small force at your disposal? The first line of defense is secrecy. No one knows the coordinates of this world except the Marshal and now you. The second is the automated defenses and communication systems between the warehouses. Each arbitrator is responsible for their own sector and keeps it secure. There is also the last line of defense. It was provided to us by Theodora von Valancius at the request of the Adeptus Arbites. The bowels of Leethus are packed with cyclonic bombs manufactured to special order on Kiava Gamma. In the event of the imminent loss of the world to enemy attack, we will trigger the Oblivion Directive and completely annihilate the planet. The tithe is paramount. It cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands, and we are willing to go down with it to prevent that from happening. Alright then. Guess we gotta go find this,
I always keep my options open.
scribe feller. What do we got here? Decayed books rest on the gilded pedestal. The plaque underneath bears the half-faded letters of an inscription in High Gothic. Lex Imperialis, Volume 964, Appendix 33B. Okay. Neat stacks of papers and diagrams. The codes obscured
Keep a sharp eye.
Sorry, their meaning obscured by codes and ciphers. We discovered something somewhere. Probably not this. There's a cybermastiff there. So we don't have anybody with tech use. Will they get upset if we melt a bomb one of their
Check
closets?
done.
Guess not. Scoped shotgun. And the warrior armor. Okay, so I remember the scoped shotgun was pretty good. The weapons are arranged in strict order, in vivid contrast to the haphazardly aligned walls of containers just beyond the outpost. Yeah, so we're gonna quickly look at the scope shotgun, because I think I do actually want to give that to this feller here, Solomorn. There's also the armor, I believe was also pretty good. So 60% armor as opposed to 65. However, this one grants plus 6% armor. See, here's where, like, the percentages screw with me a little bit. So I'm assuming that's just going to translate to 76% armor, because this is a percent and that's a percent, and generally if you're adding percents, you add the percent. However, there's a chance that this will affect, like, a total armor or something else. I don't know. I feel like if you're a game and you use, you know, one mathematical system for something, you should stick with that in all instances where that mathematical system is used. And I don't know, maybe it does. However, there are plenty of games where it doesn't, so... anyways, while the wearer has less than 100% wounds, their coercion is increased by 25 and critical damage increased by 25. So that's not bad, and it is technically more armor. The wearer gains 5 temporary wounds for each of their allies at full wounds at the start of the wearer's turn. I mean, that's like 30 temporary wounds, probably 40 if we have, I don't know if this counts as an ally. I guess probably it does. There's also the rule of cool, and this looks cooler. So, this is what we're putting on. Is it really better? I don't know.
Always keep your eye on the
Right.
prize.
I have a memory of a goldfish. The dead goldfish. We also had a shotgun. So, slightly higher min damage. This is on, wrong character. I was like, hey, that's an awfully high pen on a shotgun. Okay. Same min damage. The one we have is a slightly higher max damage. However, this one has an additional 5% hit chance. And better dodge reduction. And this one... Does it actually have more range? It does not. You would expect the scope one to maybe have more range. But then again, that shouldn't affect, like, how far the bullets go. It just... sorry, how far the, what do you call it? Shot, I guess. Yeah, it's shot that's in a shotgun shell, right? I mean, they also can shoot slugs, which are bullets, basically, solid bullets. Anyways, the weapon has an additional single target attack that deals double damage, pushes the target back 5 cells away. That's a long way. For this attack, the minimum firing range is 2 cells, and the effective range is increased by 5. See, that's really cool and versatile, and we're going to equip that. Also, it looks cool. And the other one looked cool also, but fuck it. This is what we got. I also grabbed a shield. Shield of Unfaltering Will, which is better than the shield we currently have. Though the other one blinds you. Wielder successful attacks of opportunity inflict immobilized onto the target. That's pretty good, too. So, this is what we got. Okay. We're good to go. I'll quickly save. I don't trust anything. I had to redo all of the start after it crashed. Not that that was much, but still. Hello. Quick saving should not take this long. Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
God, the main problem with these computer instability issues is just the rampant paranoia that every little thing is not a little thing. And it's just no end of issues. Every time there's a new driver update, like, something is fixed and something else goes wrong. Certain games get super buggy. Certain ones seem to go a bit better. Like, lower-end games I can play just fine. Which is mostly what I've been doing in my free time. If you're wondering, hey Ash, if you have free time, why don't you record? It's because recording makes noise, and I live with my partner. And, I don't want to, like, make too much noise. She's also working from home a lot. And very inconveniently on the days that I'm home. Or at least on some of the days that I'm home. However, there will be a change in our schedule, or at least in my schedules, so that might get a bit better. We'll see. Let's open this latch. I don't know what latch it is, but I'm sure opening it is fine.
Check this out.
Let us not
Let's
dawdle.
not run into the bomb. Glide. Okay.
Easy.
I'm glad Glido doesn't trigger bombs. That would suck. So we have some... the papers are covered in cramped handwriting. When you stop to examine it more closely, it turns out to be a single endless string of numbers. I think we can clamber on up here. Should probably just send one person to grab that. Don't need everyone here. Anything good? Pain blocker? That's pretty good. Good for, like, a boss fight. Try and, an eye on that. Okay, now the other one's open. For whatever good that might do. Let's head back down and grab this crate. Hopefully there will be something good in there. Come on, Ulfar. Grab it. Okay, Arbitrator Helmet. Whenever the wearer hits a target with a shield, the target must pass a toughness resistance test or be knocked prone. And then we have Servo Gauntlets. Dodge penalty of the wearer's armor is reduced by 10%. If the wearer's agility is 60 or more, that penalty is reduced by 15% instead. So, what's your agility? 35. No, wrong character. You have 60, so actually that could work on you. Reducing the dodge penalty on the armor would be pretty nice. What's your current gauntlet? Is attacks of opportunity deal plus 6 extra damage. That is nice. But I think I'm going to go with this. Make him a bit more defensive. And then he's got these on. That is good. However, they don't look like anything. And I absolutely hate it in all fictional media, because it doesn't happen so often in real life, when there is a character that wears heavy armor, but then their head is exposed. No helmet. Like, that's the most important part of you. The head. By most metrics. Maybe you should protect that. Where is this goddamn helmet? Wasn't that one. It was a different one. Hello? Here it is. So, I think I'm going to equip it. Now he looks proper. You know, it's not bad. Just use my shield bash. I do use it every now and then. I remember using it more in the upcoming nonsense.
Keep your wits about you.
The upcoming nonsense being a
Is
pretty cool
this where
fight.
monkey rulers keep the fortunes they take from their people? What I envisioned as a repository for great artifacts has turned out to be a dumping ground.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. The container is filled to the brim with dried, polished human bones. You can barely make out the ecclesiarchy symbol on the rusted plasteel. These were probably collected by the ecclesiarchy for decorative purposes, would be my guess. Right, that was all that. Can we get in there? No. We gotta figure out another way. Alright.
I sense something
Hello?
nearby.
Athletics test, clear that.
I do what I must.
Alright, what do we got in here? Some, modified crack grenades, very nice. And, heavy stench of death spreads from the container. Judging by the markings, some guardsmen ended up inside it by mistake. Judging by the dents, they did not make it out. Okay, I was about to be like, repeated use of judging, but that was almost certainly done intentionally to comedic effect. So, that's fine.
Not a problem for
Okay.
a proctor.
Right. Coffin Maker's Sledge. I remember liking this one as well. The weapons, or the items we get here are thus far pretty good. This weapon's single target attacks deal additional direct damage, which is very nice, equal to the 5% of the target's maximum wounds. Absolute boss hunting menace, this one. And I want to give it to someone. I'm just not... I think I gave it to Heinrichs. Like, I could give it to him. What if we give her a club? We dual wield and we have the Whispered Mercy, or do we want to give her the other one? 14 to target's parry. Agi bonus. I mean, we mostly ever using the dual wield, or the, not the dual wield, the single blade, the Death Cult Pattern Power Blade. But, like, what does it look like? Not so much like a Death Cultist's weapon, personally. What does this one do? No, so let's re-equip Singing Retribution here, and I think I'm going to give it to Heinrichs. Because he can dual-wield stuff. So we can give him that club there for when he doesn't need to use the Force Sword. So he's going to have his Psyker get up, and then we'll give him some sort of other post-combat weapon. Hell, the Jin Blade of Euremerus might be worth it. You can just equip both of those and go into close combat. Yeah, it's gonna be better than the Sharpened Venom Blade or that. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Torturer and Mars Pattern Power Maul. We don't need that. Alright, not gonna worry too much about inventorying. Okay. The glittering object on the corpse's hand catches your eye. A string of silver prayer beads with tarnished Adeptus Administratum symbol. Oh yeah, somebody's pointing out some sort of freaky thing. The victim must have been buried alive in the middle of an inventory inspection. Oh yeah, he's sandwiched under there. Sucks to be you, buddy. Oh, that's how we return to our Void Ship Bridge? But I don't think we can get there through here. There's the clerk. Somebody has taken shelter in an old container. There's a simple bed and a table, both of which are buried in data, slates, and papers, and the walls are scribbled in unintelligible
money to be
calculations.
made?
Seems like he might be crazy. That would be my guess here. So we're going to grab these. 252 million containers taken stock of. 47 trillion to go. Buddy, you got your work cut out for you. The gray-clad man taps his fingers on his data slate. His bulky head implant showers the surroundings liberally with sparks. 200 million? No, didn't account for corrosion. But where? I'm Cyrene von Valancius. I need the summary report on the tithe. The clerk winces and mutters mechanically. Tertius Quat. Rank 3 scribe of the Departmental Catalogus. Quantity 1. The inventory... His dry, reddened eyes fix upon you. There is no rogue trader on the inventory. I can't give you anything before I fill in the forms, so let's start with the retinue. Relax, Tertius. There is no time for any further inventory taking. Just give us the report and we will take you to the shuttles without any trouble. The clerk's tense shoulders relax a little. I believe you, but the report... Just one more tiny bit of stock taking, all right? You heard Solomon. Time is running out. The document, Court. No digressions. Please understand. I need time for additional inventory taking. Just a little. A couple of years. No, decades. Tertius's face brightens suddenly as his implant flashes again. Ah, yes, of course. Let me open the path to the cogitator. That's where the inventory is. Now, I know what happens.
I always keep my options
What do we got
open.
here? The excrement of a very large creature. You can see guardsmen, dog tags, and pieces of armor in it. Fantastic. What do we got here? Chip data slate. We hid in the container when things started to look bad on the old Heartless. We'll climb out once they unlock the loads of the port warehouse. I bet those thick-headed lawmen won't even realize they've graciously brought a load of ratsies right to their precious hoard. Got no food here, though. And it's cold as a grave. It's fine, we'll manage. They're not going to drag all this to the other side of the sector, are they? Soon, Treya and Kyra are going to be the richest rats in the whole expanse. Alright, so a couple of crew from the Heartless. So the Heartless has been here. Can't remember if that was something that was supposed to be or not. We already knew that, or if that's new information. Regardless, intriguing. For the first time in a round, if the wearer kills 3 or more targets using a weapon area attack, that area does not spend MP and does not count toward the attack limit per turn. Good if we have an area attack user, which we do have a few people that use them, but not reliably enough to denote a glove slot. Like if you have a flamer-based character, like if you give Argenta a flamer, this is going to be pretty good. But we don't, so... Emaciated, blue-skinned, frozen corpses cling to the container's lid with broken nails. Shattered knives lie at their feet. The patches on their clothes bear the name Heartless. Yeah, we can see that right in here. Looks like those two miscalculated
Rise to the
a
top,
little.
or get left in the
It's
dust.
a bit of a shame for them. What do we have here? There are pits of sand as if somebody tried to dig their way out. Sorry. As if somebody tried to dig something out, or dig their way out. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look here. Some more, guardsmen. Uh-oh. That's an ambule. The sand! The sand is their ally! Watch out!
Embrace.
Okay. So... basically, we need to stand on these boxes. Hold on, who's saying? Are those the monsters you fear so? They are but Xenos gnats. Hide if your spirit trembles. This proud son of Fenris will go hunting. So, they can burrow under the ground, and when they emerge, they do damage to everything around them. She can summon a bunch of smaller ambules, which are also pretty scary, and can use a, the tremor ability, which damages anything that isn't on a box. Well, I'm not gonna say everything just yet. There are a few other things to keep track of. It suffers less mental and warp damage. The armor can't be reduced to below 35%. Can't be affected by forced movement. Can't be blinded. Good thing we switched out the gloves. And if we kill all of the young ambuls, the mommy gets an extra turn. And then at the third of her... every time she loses a third of her health, she will automatically burrow. And will summon young ambuls. And it can't be... its priority target can't be affected. So, you can't, like, make somebody a priority target and then run them up there where it can't be, affected. So, taunt abilities do nothing against her. So yeah, it's actually a pretty cool fight. I don't know what's up with this guy, why he turned against us. Is there a reason he hates us? Oh, whatever. So, let's keep Cyrene and Heinrichs there. Kibella can immediately go in, because we'll have a turn before it goes. It's going last, so we can do as much work as we can do it. I want to actually have as many people in this confined area as possible. Though I would like Irliet... Yeah, I'll just put Irliet up there, that's fine. One of the characters is standing too close. Okay, that would be you then. Why don't you stand there, Glido? Alright. Although you can stand closer. Which we will. Okay. So, we're going to, first things first, drop a front line right here. And then we're going to do all of the usual grand strategist funny business to get as much pain inflicted onto it. I'm just going to ignore the fact...
Not me.
Actually, we do a third damage to it, and then it's going to summon its hidden, and that's fine. So, if we can get as many psychic abilities onto as many people as possible, that would be just swell. So if I drop this here, we'll get everybody, except for Heinrichs
I'll see to it
and
personally.
Irliet. Those two we can easily... So we'll drop a Prescience on Heinrichs, and a Forewarning on Irliet. And then I'm going to drop Perfect Timing.
I'll make it happen.
So everybody's got perfect timing. And then, we're going to free action... Who are we going to give the first turn to? We give it to Ulfar. And Ulfar can do a lot of damage, and he can already start stacking his arms master funny business. Alright, so you're going to stand here. So we have two potential targets here. We could just get this guardsman out of the way. So we want to drop Confident Approach first thing. We could just kick him. That would be funny.
None can do this better.
So now he's not on the thing right there, which is great. And then we can shoot the Ambul as one action. Okay. And then I will do Run and Gun, and not do any sort of gun, but rather do a good old chop instead. Right. So that's 6 stacks already in. We could also throw a frag grenade, but I think I'll save the frag grenade towards when there's more enemies, which you can bet there will be. All right, Cyrene is going to move up here now that this is
risk is my second
free
nature.
real estate, and she can't do anything else, so we'll end her turn. Ambul's getting up and doing a tremor, and it's going to come up here. Okay. And it's a counterattack. All right, Irliet, you're still in a good spot. Okay, we're not in cover, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I will do precise attack. Ambul can't have a bounty on it. However, this guardsman can, so we're going to drop a bounty on this guardsman, specifically so that I can start getting some of these bounty hunting bonuses. And do... Like, what are the chances I just kill him instantly? Pretty high. So I think I'm just going to kill him.
I deal death with my hands.
So she's got some of those bounty bonuses now. And then I am going to do some exploit nonsense here. We'll drop an exposed weakness as well to let everybody else do a little bit more damage to it. And then... Call the bold.
If I must.
I don't want to do over or a piercing shot, because that'll hit Cyrene. Should be a bit stupid. However, we can do raid. Except he's not prey, so... And we can't put prey on him for some reason. Maybe it's because he's a creature? Maybe bounty hunters can't do that. I don't know. Yeah, anyways, that's our turn. A little bit of damage. Right, Heinrichs. Heinrichs. Iron Arm yourself. And we definitely want to drop the Emperor's funny business. Should hit everyone, right?
Sanctioned to do this.
You're not sanctioned to do that. Okay. There we go. It's enough. It doesn't hit early yet, but that's okay. We'll drop a Light of the Emperor, because everybody's a little bit injured. We'll drop a Hammer of the Emperor. We will also drop a Shield of the Emperor. And you don't need that. So we could do a Siphon Life, that's a lot of damage. Or we could go in and try and do a Force Weapon attack, which could be a lot of fun. So if we stand here, then we'll at least benefit from the front line. So Psychic Force.
I won't object to it.
We'll, of course, get an opening here first, and then I'll drop the Psychic Force, which will do a lot of damage. Okay. And she's going underground. Okay. So, we've got enemies to fight now. So now we can drop the Psychic Leeching on one of these. I'm not sure who yet. Does anybody need health? Not really. Okay. Alright, a little bit of damage there. Can you move? You cannot. Do we need to heal anybody? I will actually heal Ulfar a little. Okay. Bella's turn. Well. Where are we going to start? We're going to start with the usual. Reckless Abandon. And Exsanguinate. And I think we're going to Death from Above right here.
Will let your soul be purged.
And then I may as well Blade Dance. All of those hits are going to be landing on this guy here. This one's about to die. So, let's make sure he dies.
As the tenet
One down.
brings me no pleasure.
Can we Death from Above over to there? We sure can. And we shall. Okay. Where it hurts? Or do we do Pain... no, we'll do Gift of Torment. Just at least that one's bleeding. And we'll drop a Pain Resonance as well. Do a little bit of extra damage to that one. And... I'll drop that. It maybe will apply next turn. I can't remember if you use an ability that affects the next thing, if that... or the next thing you do, if that does apply to the next turn. If so, great. Alright, what are we doing here? We want to use Advanced Tracking.
We're undertaking this task.
Strategic Adaptation. And Run. And Glido's going to go bite somebody. Question is who? Are you going to go help? No, why don't you apprehend this one? He looks like he's committed some crimes against the Lex. Good God. It's a lot of damage. Run on over here. Gonna make a wall to prevent them from getting to Cyrene. So you can shield bash that. You can also shoot it with a... Well, we don't want to hit Irliet. Then again, would Solomorn really care about hitting Irliet? Probably not.
Mark
I'll have him move here. And then we can do this. However, we should use Grisly Adjudication.
The orders clear arbitrator.
Okay, well, we didn't hit that one, but that's okay. We're looking good. Alright, end turn. Ulfar. Where are you gonna go? I think Ulfar's gonna go here. Or here. Going behind this one. Not behind him, but you get what I mean. Let's see. What's the next attack we want to do? I think we just kill it with the bolt pistol. Okay. And you can move right here. So it's 7 stacks. Let's do 10. Oh, they're still alive. And Glido for the kill. Awesome. Alright, move back to here. And charge that one. Oh. What the hell kind of charge is that? Alright. Sure. Wildfire. And, shoot it. I didn't accidentally hit anyone here, right? Good. And then kick it. Fantastic. 10 stacks already. And we can just... We cannot. Alright, Cyrene's turn. You are in a bit of a non-advantageous position, so you're going to move here. We need to move the front line. The problem is I just don't know where that one's going to come back out, so I'm going to leave it where it is at the moment. No sense in using any of my heroic acts right now, because we're in a pretty good spot as is. Where's the last, oh, is the last ambule dead? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Well, I guess I'll start dropping some forewarnings on people. We'll drop a forewarning on Kibella. Anybody else can use a prescience. Iliad can always benefit from that. So we'll give it to her. We could do some foreboding. I think I'm going to drop the foreboding here.
Good as done.
I mean, we're on psychic sudden death anyways, so
I'll see to it personally.
I'll give Heinrichs an extra turn. Not an extra turn. I lied. Yeah, you're just going to hang there. Iliad, you need to get onto some sort of cover. You absolutely cannot deal with that. So you're going to get up there, and I wonder... That doesn't work. Okay. That would have been great. Alright, well, there's not much to do here, then. So, I guess you're just going to end your turn. I do wish there was a way to delay.
I won't go down easy.
Okay. You're going to have to charge onto this crate.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Do we need to do anything else here? Good Shield of the Emperor again. And we'll Iron Arm Kibella. Just let her do even more damage. What does this one do? Sword of Faith. Right. Costs 50 momentum, but we don't need to do that right now. Anybody need health? Kibella needs health. Alright. Good for now. Kibella's turn. We're going to stand up there with Heinrichs.
Silence.
Just hang tight for the moment. What are you gonna do? There's not really anywhere else to hide, so... Oh, there is, all the way over there. Yeah, we're not making it to that. Okay, so you're gonna stand here, in the middle. And we're going to have... Glido go into Protection Protocol on Solomorn here. And I think... we drop Strategic Adaptation again.
Let's test our skills, Glato.
That works.
Glato, we're undertaking this
Trapping.
task.
Can't apprehend anybody, so... not much to be done there. Not much to be done anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that thing's going to come out of the front or what. Guess we'll see. Alright, Ulfar's turn. You're going to go... here? Can you charge over that? You cannot. Okay, so it does obstruct terrain, which is a little goofy, but it's okay. Can't kick it underground either. That's a pity. Okay, you're just gonna have to stand there and take whatever it's gonna throw at you. Okay, it's coming up there. Okay, so Tremor goes off. And it's gonna go under and come back up again and hit him again. Ouch! Actually doing damage to a Space Marine. That's concerning. Who's gonna go next? I think... no. Okay, well, we can get Kibella with this. So we'll let Kibella go. Alright. Kibella can jump in right here.
As honor ordained. Let your
damage
soul
in.
Be purged.
And then... we'll do this.
Shadows. Caught by the web.
Some solid damage there. What's it's got 60 bleeds on it right now. I think that's where we end the turn. I could use the Carnival of Misery, but I think it's at the point, or getting close to the point where it's going to burrow back underground, which would be a bit of a waste. So what we could do, since this is going to be right here, actually.
On it.
Let's drop that there and do
I'll
the
see
usual
to it
business.
personally.
Should have actually done that beforehand, but whatever. Finest hour on Kibella.
Perfect moment.
Okay, so I do want to get some of these
Trust me.
fun
As the
abilities going
tenets
here,
demand.
and where it hurts. So we're just gonna like ready for an absolutely gnarly.
Let your soul
Lot of
be
damage.
purged.
And it goes under. No, it doesn't go under. It does go under. Okay. Well, I guess she's nicely positioned to chop up that
Caught by the web.
young Amble, so that's
Let
what she's
your
gonna do.
soul come. The other side
God,
awaits.
Kibella is a menace.
The shadows will. My blade whispers your name.
Well, she can attack again.
As honor orders.
Later. Wow. We'll end her turn. She's not gonna be able to do much else. Not that she needs to.
Let's make
Siren
some
stand here.
opportunities.
Got 2 action points back. So I think I'm just gonna shoot this
It's
one.
as good as done.
Very good. And Irliet, you should probably be standing on a thing. Okay. There's nowhere for you to stand that isn't occupied by a hostile. Or nearly occupied by a hostile. I mean, I could have her run in close, then again, she doesn't have a close quarters weapon, which is a bit of a shame. However, the young Amble, so that
I am not your
doesn't...
Xenos pet.
Yeah, I have no
monkey.
idea why we can't use, hunt down the prey on the big one, but whatever, it's fine. Can I instantly kill you? No, not gonna happen. However, if I move here, I could probably do the penetrating, piercing shot,
This tedium is beneath me.
and we could probably get some good work
I
done.
understand
like
your
so.
intent.
Hold the bold? No, it's, we want to do this one. There we go. What kind of damage can we do to that one? Alright, that's quite a lot.
No weakness
It
is
does
hidden
both,
from my
so that's
sight.
pretty good. And then we'll do Claim the Bounty on
If
you.
it serves your cause.
Right, that still hits both of them. Fantastic. Alright,
Throne take you.
Heinrichs. We have momentum. So if I run here, because I could charge
Emperor is on our side.
onto the terrain over there. Ooh, I cannot. Shit. Swap to this weapon. Then charge.
I won't
So
object
I'll at
to
least
it.
kill that one. See ya. Okay. What do we do now? Swap back to here and siphon life?
I won't do that.
Not happening. Okay. Well, you're a bit stuck here then.
But of course,
We'll endure.
Captain.
And I don't really think there's much use in doing anything else. We could
Let's see to it.
heal Ulfar a bit. And trigger... Thankfully, no demons. Alright. Kibella's turn again. Wow.
A dance of blades.
Why don't you
and
kill that one?
shadows.
Shouldn't be too hard for you.
Death
Dead.
is a blessing.
And out comes the Ambule Mother. Actually, very nicely positioned.
My reckoning will be swift.
Still nicely positioned. Going for Heinrichs. Ouchies. That's a lot of damage. Anyways, Kibella can now get to
Let
it,
your
which is
soul be
never good for
purged.
whatever she's about to get to. So, let's, you have a lot of stacks of all kinds of pain on you yet again.
As the tenets demand.
Okay, we'll do Gift of Torment. Pain Resonance. You still have the bleeds, right? Yes. Well, then we attack.
I shall not. My blade
Almost dead.
whispers your name. Come.
And dead.
The other side awaits.
Not a very hard fight, but, like, mechanically a pretty cool fight. I like that. Let's grab the loot here. Melta charges to replace the ones we'd lost. And some random crap that we don't need. Heinrichs,
I'm watching your
you
back.
should heal yourself.
Always.
Insects begin crawling under your skin. Never a good sign. Okay, Glido can climb up through here. You gonna push that off? Nice. What do we got? Ah, some new, things for an eagle. We'll look at that when we have an eagle. The people were buried up to their necks in the sand. The agony of that is forever imprinted on their twisted faces. Or the agony imprinted What did it say? The agony that is forever imprinted on their twisted faces show this was a harsh execution. That is unfortunate.
Check. Done.
Alright, so we can now go in through here. Open this up. Let us back out through there. Tertius...
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We're gonna have a word with you. He sent us here. I think he wanted to kill us. And I don't recall it. This may be very clear in a moment. But I think he wanted to kill us so that he can continue his stock taking. It's very, you know, dedicated to his work, which is what the arbitrator said. Sensory motor modulator. Whenever the wearer uses charge, dance macabre, dash, or death from above, they gain plus 9% armor penetration and dodge reduction until the end of their turn. Stacks up to 3 times.
I always have a backup plan.
It's okay. Muffled growl comes from beneath the sand. For a moment, the moment you approach, the sound fades and the blood starts pumping in your temples. You feel your lips stretching into a vicious grin. Oh yeah, right. We gotta dig. And we get ourselves Intimidating Growl, which is a heretic shield. Whenever the wielder blocks an attack, if possible, they counterattack that enemy with an additional 0% critical hit chance. There's probably a way to get that up. Yeah, heretical rank, so that should be higher if you're already a heretical follower. And the first use of shield attack, each round costs -1 AP. Kind of cool. However, we don't have a heretic follower that can use shields, so I'm just going to throw this into cargo and be done with it. Your jaw aches from the rage, and the crimson lumps of clay remind you of torn flesh. Your hands find a bundle wrapped in yellowed rags.
Let us not
so a little bit of chaos influence there. Always a great thing. I mean, what? Oh, you're back! You're back? The clerk gives you a hounded look, his implant crackling ominously. You eliminated the ambles? Okay, yeah, it was very obvious. Good. I'm crossing them off the inventory. How many injuries have you sustained? I must account for the units of blood spilled. You tried to kill me. The clerk's eyes well up. I thought it would stop you. I have a job to finish. You can't imagine how hard this is. The workload, the responsibility. Please understand. I'm on my own here. Well, almost. The clerk adds in a conspiratorial whisper. There's another scribe here. He works at night and litters the reports with errors. That is a bit weird. It's probably himself sleepwalking at night. Do you even realize what the consequences are for attempting to kill a rogue traitor? Yes, death. But with you gone, the tithe would have stayed here. It would have given me time, meeting the target, filling in the last form. Those are the only things that matter. He has lost his mind and is unlikely to recover it. I see no point in judging a madman. I suggest simply collecting the inventory and leaving. Why were so few clerks assigned to an entire planet? There used to be more of us. 5 died of exhaustion, 3 were killed in collapses of tithe assets, 2 were eaten by ambules, another 11, I don't know. Administratum replenishments are too rare. This world is too highly classified. How did the ambules get here in the first place? Ambules, repulsive, aggressive pests. They adapt to any environment. The world is infested with them. They got to the tithe and gobbled up everything they saw. I had to update the inventory. The clerk's voice falters and turns into inconsolable weeping. Enough! Where is the inventory? It's incomplete. The scribe recoils and clutches his head with a moan. The inventory is my implant. And it's notifying me of unaccounted-for assets all the time. The clerk whimpers. His implant creaks in response. My head is the inventory. As much as I hate to distract you, you are coming with me. The clerk sobs and lowers his sparking head, ready to follow you. Oh, man.
Keep your wits about you.
I love 40k. It's very ridiculous. Quick save. Not that quick, but maybe I need to clear up some save slots. Maybe that's the problem. I'm also going to paranoidly check my recording. That all seems to be in order. Very good. Hasn't crashed.
Rise
Great.
to the top.
Kept up
or
with
get
that.
left in the dust.
Arbitrators Protocol RT-091 Beta. The rogue trader has returned. There's a shuttle. Land now. That's good. Rogue Trader, we are now in the final stage of the loading process. Consequently, your shuttle is finally able to maneuver around and land. As soon as the matter of the inventory is settled, you will be free to depart. Here is your clerk. What is next? We do not have much left to load. The bulk of it is already on the barges, and the rest is being delivered automatically. We merely need to decide what to do with the living tithe. They have bred irresponsibly and are now twice as numerous as before. Yeah, I mean, we know what they mean by they have bred. I don't think we need a sex ed lesson from the Adeptus Arbites. Though, that would be funny. They are people, not a living tithe. Take everyone. If there is not enough room, throw out something rotten. Proctor Jaeger nods without taking her eyes off her data slate. Evidently, the fate of these people interested her only within the framework of statistics. Then it is settled. Your shuttle is ready to depart. We will take care of... The space around you suddenly fills with screeches and crackles that pour out of every voxcaster and speaker. Then you hear a deep male voice, the Watcher of Leethus.
Query. Invitation to the Von Valancius orbital station. Uploading coordinates into the shuttle's central cogitator. Complete. Purpose. Finalizing the Oblivion Directive.
The voice goes into a guttural, gurgling cough.
Tarry not, offspring. If you delay, you will be blown up along with all the extraneous subjects.
Alright, that's bad.
Blast it!
Jaeger whispers, grabbing her data slate and frantically typing commands into it.
Who are you? Answers. Answers. Yes, we have always had a thirst for knowledge. I will satisfy your curiosity when you come to me. I need to know if you have what it takes to see this through. Now hurry. This world will soon cease to exist.
Oddly suspicious. Jaeger's data slate is flashing a panicked red. The augurs are recording anomalous seismic activity. Someone has started arming the cyclonic bombs in the bowels of Leethus. The machine spirits are rejecting all counter-litanies. The planet is done for. We cannot stop this. Her lines tighten into a white streak, and her data slate falls to the floor. The Proctor raises her weapon, followed by the rest of the arbitrators. I demand an explanation, Rogue Trader. Why can't we block the Oblivion? Who is your accomplice? It does look oddly suspicious. We're the only person that knows of this. When we get here, this happens after we're suspiciously ordered to bring all of the tithe to our capital world. It is a bit questionable. From an outside perspective, this looks a bit sus. I'm just as clueless as you are. Allow me to explain. You seized the tithe by somehow obtaining both the Marshal's and the Administratum's authorizations. Then an accomplice contracted you and tricked the machine spirits into deactivating the destruction of the world with cyclonic bombs. Bombs delivered years ago from a Von Valancius world, I should add. All that is left to do is get away and cover your tracks. Did I miss anything?
Enough, Jaeger. Not only are your efforts not helping to protect the tithe, they are actually hurting the cause. Lay down your weapons before you make one final mistake.
I see you no longer serve the Lex Imperialis, but the interests of a rogue trader. Jaeger resolutely clutches her weapon. Could we perhaps try to avoid bloodshed? That depends entirely on what you and what you are about, or that depends entirely on you and what you are about to tell me. So we don't have, I wish I brought Jai, but we're going to try coercion here. It is all quite simple. Either you wait on my ship while I sort everything out, or you perish ignominiously by my hand. And we succeed. That's good. Are you so confident that you have the upper hand? Jaeger's eyes dart all over you, clearly reassessing the threat in your favor. Okay, so we want to try persuasion here. I will say, in the previous recording of this, before it all crashed, I failed this test, and I had to kill all of them. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. You will have to content yourself with my word. I know nothing about what is going on, and I have nothing to hide. Yes! The woman stares at you obstinately in the eye for a long, long time, as if the backs of your pupils have all the answers to all of her questions and doubts. The bolter's muzzle lowers slowly, as if overcoming an invisible obstacle. I see no need for further confrontation. Consider the issue settled for now. We will board your flagship, and you will investigate the identity of the perpetrator. Let us return to this matter in the Marshal's presence on Dargonus. Yeah, alright, that's good. Very good.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Good, good, good. Let's get to the orbital station. Watcher's orbital station. Okay. Theodora von Valancius had good reason to believe that secrets are better kept when only one person knows of their existence. Herself. Yeah, the problem with that is that if you die, then no one knows anything, which is bad. You do need to share secrets. Don't share it with anything that calls itself a keeper of secrets, though. You will be sorely disappointed. Actually, you probably won't be sorely disappointed. You'll probably be having the time of your life. Or better, or almost certainly worse. Okay, what do we got? So this must be Theodora's... This has got to be some sort of contingency plan. I bet Theodora was up to something no good. So before we sort all of this out, let's first loot everything. Because that is what a good rogue trader would do. Anything good here? Just goods. I guess we're gonna have to melt a bomb this one open.
Assignment completed.
Very nice. Lady Theodora's mantle. Oh, sick. At the start of the wearer's turn, if there are more enemies than allies in combat, the wearer deals 20% more damage with melee weapons. I mean, that's usually the case, right? What's your cloak? That is good. She dodges a lot. Again, what's Heinrich's cloak? That is also good, because they usually have 2 melee weapons. Actually, he doesn't always have 2 melee weapons equipped. That's only when he's got the dual wield, because I don't think the staff counts as a melee weapon. It is a melee weapon. Never mind. Alright. Can you wear it? Because it is furry. It would look good on you. You are a furry. What? I didn't say anything. No, he cannot. No, that's a different one. Alright. I don't know who else I would give that to be honest. I could give it to her. This is good. This is also pretty good. It looks stupid on her, though, so we're not going to do that. Oh, it doesn't have the cool extra mantle for him. What was the swashbuckler's cloak? Shit, I forgot what it looks like. Monkey hide cloak? No, that's not it. God damn it. I am confused. Where the hell did... Oh, here. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Sometimes I think there's something wrong with me. Let's talk to him. A human torso is built into the massive cogitator. Countless cables entangle the shriveled body and snake under the pale skin.
Identification. Rogue Trader von Valancius, initiating the final stage of the Oblivion Directive.
A ragged wheeze escapes the box grill, and the man's speech becomes more animated and bilious.
You have arrived at last, Offspring. At last, everything ends. Go on, take the last step. Confirm the execution of the directive, and in doing so destroy Leethus. Take its riches, and free me from this unbearable vigil.
Explain to me what is going on now.
You really do not know. Did she choose not to tell you? or did she not get the chance? It doesn't matter anymore. Yours is the blood of the dynasty, and so I am compelled to give you this answer.
The man announces in a mechanical voice.
Supreme Ordinance. The arrival of the head of the Von Valancius dynasty with the purpose of complete extraction of the tithe triggers the immediate activation of the Oblivion Directive by the Watcher of Leethus. At the moment of the directive's activation, the machine spirits of the initiation systems are bound in Prometheus Proxima class Cogni shackles. The Cogni shackles cannot be removed by any means. The directive guarantees the rogue trader's acquisition of the planet's assets and the destruction of Leethus, presented as being caused by the actions of the enemies of humanity. So, Lady Theodora intended to steal the tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks, installed a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made a contingency plan in case of her own death. All she needed was an opportune moment, like this one. With the expanse being torn apart, the planet's death looks convincing. Oh, yeah. Somebody intruded. Yeah. Were you the one who intruded on my conversation with Vigdis prior to our landing on Leethus? Yes, I needed to exchange codes with the flagship in order to identify the vessel and its owner. I had to sift through onboard communication channels and systems to verify the new Lord Captain's data. And her right to be one.
Weird, the last bit of the sentence. Abort Leethus' destruction this instant.
I must refuse. The Supreme Ordinance states that if the head of the dynasty has declared the tithe's evacuation, I am to destroy the planet. You are the one who announced to the arbitrators that you were taking the tithe with you. The directive has been initiated, and the Cogni shackles placed. It cannot be stopped.
What if I simply kill you?
Then you will change nothing. The directive cannot be stopped. The Cogni shackles, once applied to the initiation systems, are unbreakable. Accept your fate, offspring. I accepted mine long ago.
You really want me to claim the tithe for my own?
I have long since been robbed of the luxury of freely expressing my thoughts. I am merely quoting Theodora's plan. This qualifies for a culprit's confession, except the culprit herself is dead, and judging this creature would be pointless. Still, we must decide what to do next, Rogue Trader.
Solomon gives you a long look before continuing.
If the Marshal learns the whole truth, it will make things difficult. For everyone. It is better that you redress Theodora's crime by sending part of the tithe to support the afflicted worlds of the Expanse and delivering the rest to the Administratum.
I still have questions for the Watcher. Are you a servitor or something different?
Something entirely different, offspring. A prisoner of my own mind and these machines. Do not let my manner of speech deceive you. I am only following the orders vested in me. The part of my brain that controls my ability to converse and holds the scraps of my personality was severed from my volition centers and locked into a cage of functions and limitations.
So you can think for yourself.
Calling it thinking would be an overstatement. Imagine a corridor with all the doors locked except for one or two. That would be my consciousness. Yes, a dark, suffocating corridor with fading pictures of memories and nail scratches on the walls.
You crave death. That is not typical for thralls who have no will of their own.
What does it matter if I crave? Or what does it matter what I crave if I am doomed to follow orders? Yes, I need you to complete the Oblivion Directive and trigger the station shutdown so that I can be set free at last. And yet in all these years I have done nothing to bring my death closer. I can wait an eternity longer, suffering but infallibly obedient.
Why were you confined to such a terrible fate?
I was a threat to Theodora's rule, and she had my brain dissected. A sophisticated sentence to be humiliated, to live in suffering yet continue to serve the dynasty, perfectly harmless. Absorb this lesson, offspring. That is how a rogue trader metes out punishment.
Why do you call me offspring?
What else should I call you? The heir to the dynasty's throne, young descendant? You may have grown used to people prostrating themselves before you, but to me, you are just a child.
You still haven't told me your name. Who are you?
That is one question I cannot answer. Theodora did not wish for anyone to learn the name of he who who has become the Watcher of Leethus. Do you serve Theodora or the Dynasty? Because at this moment, I am the Dynasty. Damn. It would be best for the Dynasty if my identity remained a secret. Fine then, keep your secrets. I have decided what must be done with the tithe.
I'm actually gonna take, fuck it, why don't we do this? Iconoclast. I don't know why this is heretical. Why this doesn't do anything. This seems more heretical than that. This should be the, like, non-heretical option. I'm actually going to go with Dogmatic. I will not overstep the Imperium's law. The tithe must go to the Administratum.
Oh, the irony. Theodora's great plan, foiled by her own heir. The rogue trader has spoken. The barges will go where she has decreed, and the Watcher of Leethus has served his purpose. I had hoped that I would feel relief. I know that it's there, locked inside my protocols. And she wanted me to know and to not feel.
The Watcher's head hits his sunken chest. Even at that moment of his death, he was denied the elation of freedom. Theodora is kind of horrible. The vid screens of the cogitators flicker, trying to process the influx of data, then fade all at once. Damn. Actually a cinematic. Nice. Oh, we should probably get out of here. I think those chunks are going to hit us. Think of all the poor ambules. Let's return to the void ship. Alright. Your Voxcaster hisses softly, drawing your attention. It seems someone has been hailing you for some time now. Lord Captain, your immediate intervention is required. The barges you sent to Dargonus have been attacked by enemy ships that just emerged from the warp. What ships are they? They carry no identifying marks, and the signatures are unreadable. All I can tell you is that they are of Imperial construction. I'm suspicious of the Marshal, I have to say. How did they find us? This system's coordinates are classified. At present, we do not know, Lord Captain, but we are already working on it. Prepare for battle. I am coming. So this is all, basically everything after the Arbites. What could have been the Arbites fight has been blind for me, so all of this I don't know what's going on, because I had to do the Arbites fight, and that was actually quite a long fight. Also a good fight. But I'm glad we didn't have to kill them. So I think we can go a little... Nah, I think I'll end it here. In just a moment. Maybe we drop straight into the void combat, but we'll see. Oh yeah, we drop straight into the void combat. These are our mass conveyors. Okay. We're going to do the void combat in the next episode, which I will start recording right now, so we'll have that going for us at least. So hopefully there won't be a huge gap between episodes unless something goes wrong again. Pray to the Omnissiah for me, my fellow servants of the God Emperor. It's been a tricky couple of months. Tricky many months, I will say, for the channel. Hopefully it gets better. Alright guys, drop this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next one. Heritor out.